Thank you to our new sponsors, Flow State Coffee. Flow State Coffee is a performance coffee with ingredients that give you a deeper focus, better mood, and it lowers caffeine-related anxiety so you don't get any jitters or shake. It's coffee made to get shit done.
Live. All right, guys, let's start off with the cheers.
Cheers,
Let's go to life.
little cafecito, baby.
Let's go. Welcome back, guys, to the Defying Podcast. Today, man, we came with some heat, yo. I've been trying to get her on the podcast for a long time, man.
Yeah, it's good to be here, guys.
She-Hulk, Miranda Barber. Let's go.
What is
She's
up?
upcoming name in the fight game. Look out for her, man. She's a dominant force. She's a special person because she's one of these ladies that, you know, we always talk about, like, well, not always, but we've brought up in here like alpha males and like people with a dominant force, and we kind of like think like, oh, there's not a lot of women that should act that way or be that way. Not really like that they shouldn't, but it's like, man, you talk about like that sort of
like that alpha female,
exactly,
like,
the energy. It to us is like a little bit off-putting, but when it's from you, it's kind of like embracing. You know, I like it. You have that really like that good energy. You're always positive. Even though you're like a dominant force, you're never bringing someone down. I'm always
trying to build people up. I just believe in what I bring to the table. It's not that I don't want you to sit at the same table. I just said I'm gonna bring the best meal.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
what it is. That's always been my mentality. I'm not an asshole.
I
really am a good person. I'm a fucking fighter, man.
Yes.
This is what I do, bro. This is what I've lived my life for, and you know, fighting is everything to me now. Like, this is my life, this is my livelihood, this is me 24/7.
Yes.
You know, as a fighter, the mentality is like switching to professional is really like set in my life, and it's really changed me, bro. Like, it's really made me be who I am.
Yes, and who you are is a great. What, my bad. You were saying?
No.
No. Okay, yeah, like who you are, you're a great person. You're always helping us out, like especially in the gym with life too, like outside of like training. You know, if you have a problem, you talk to Miranda. She's gonna help you out no matter what.
Yeah, man. I'm 28 years old, but I've been through it, man. I had to grow up pretty quick.
Like,
fighting pretty much saved my life, bro. So anything fighting wise, man.
So yeah, we can. What got you into fighting in general? So you're from Orlando, I believe.
I'm from Tampa area.
Tampa?
I was born in Michigan, but I moved to Florida when I was young, like 8 or 9. I'm a Florida kid.
Okay.
So I grew up on the other coast, like Tampa area, a little bit north of there, and like a smaller area. Citrus County is like smaller town. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
I was always an athlete. I was always like, the coaches were hunting me down. Like, I would go from basketball was like my main thing at the time before I even knew.
So you seem like you have that hooper energy.
I was a baller shot caller before
Let's go.
in the fight world, bro. So I played on 2 travel basketball teams. I was always in sports. I played volleyball, softball, soccer. I mean, I did anything I could to stay busy, like to stay in season. And that's just the thing, bro. Fighting, there is no seasons, my guy. So I was in like my junior, senior year, and I started boxing, but I never knew about it until I had a altercation with this girl at a basketball game, and it was our rivalry, bro. And this school hated us, right? They're a little ratchet. We were an all white school, but we weren't soft, bro.
I see.
We
they thought you were soft because
like,
you're white. Yeah.
But our team, like, we were fucking good, man. Like, we kept our head low. We played our game, and like we beat a lot of these like good schools, man.
Yeah.
And we had this one rivalry school, and they hated us. The girls wanted to jump us. They were like threatening us outside because their school was right in like a smaller area where my mom's business was. So I was working at this tanning salon my mom owned. Yeah. And I remember this girl like she did not like me. One, she was just envious. One, if you're envious with me or you don't like me because I like really like if you don't like me, that's on you.
That's
bro,
weird. If you don't like Miranda,
no
weird.
No lie. If you don't like me, you either got something against yourself or like you're just jealous.
There's no reason
for some
not
reason,
to like
really,
you.
bro, because I'm not that type of person. But one game we had, bro, we were head to head with them. It was about halftime. The girl came over and we were walking back to the bench. You know, we kind of walking the line here. And the girl like tripped one of my best friends like on purpose. You know how when you're going to soccer and they kick your back leg while you're walking? Well, it was so obvious, bro. And she bucked up to me right after she did it because I called her on her shit, bro. Like, and all these girls came up at me. I lost my shit, bro. I grabbed the girl by her jersey. I threw her up like 3 fights of breaches. And yo, me being a good kid, like never really getting in trouble a lot. Like, I was a hothead, but I still like The teachers knew me. Everybody knew me. So I was like, let me chill. Bro, I lost my shit on this girl,
Oh
bro.
my God.
I yoked her ass up. I threw her like 3 flights of bleachers, bro. When I saw my old coach, I ran out the gym. I was like, I already know I'm in trouble. Don't talk to me. I was like, get this bitch out of my face. Yo, I was like, because they were just trying any little thing. Well, we ended up winning. They ended up winning the game. Whatever. Well, I got suspended for 3 games.
So did you play that game? No.
I got not after that. I got suspended 3 games, and it was the first time I really got suspended on anything physical. Like I was like, "Fuck, man, what do I do?" Like I gotta go train. I got 3 games off. Well, my friend that I was on the same team with, her dad owned a little boxing gym in my area, and he grabbed me and he goes, "Hey, since you got some time to kill, you ain't gonna be playing for the next couple games. Why don't you come down to the gym? Come box, come beat up the boys, let out some of that aggression." And I was like, "Boxing?"
What is this thing?
Girl, hey man, women's boxing only got in the Olympics in 2012.
Oh wow.
Damn,
You know what
I
I'm
didn't know
saying?
that.
I didn't know that
So,
either.
So for females to do any type of physical sport, bro, like in boxing, I mean competitive like combat was like, whoa, like if you were doing that. Like I was the only girl in the gym besides his daughter. So that's why I'm as tough as I am, is because I never had females, bro. Like I never had females to train. I had
fighting
guys
dudes.
that looked at me that like I shouldn't be there. And when I first started boxing, you don't know a lot. You're going with these guys. They've been sparring for a while. So yeah, everybody knows what it's like to get a slice of humble pie.
Yeah.
And that's exactly, I feel like, what I needed at that age, because I could have went 1 or 2 routes. I started to get hot. Like my parents were going through a divorce at that time. I was trying to stay focused on like sports and stuff, but all the external bullshit of life, at that age when you're a kid and you're like around 13 to 18, there's a lot of shit that can happen in that time.
It's a hard process.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful. I tell him to this day, that he introduced me to the gym, because ever since I stepped foot in that boxing gym, I started boxing all the way out of through high school.
Okay.
When I moved down, and then I moved down to college for FAU, I started training jiu-jitsu, and man, here I am. Like, I mean, it's been a decade of hard work, and it doesn't happen overnight, bro. This is not something you just... Everybody wants to be a fucking fighter, bro. And that's exactly why I'm so tough when I fight. And that's why I believe I'm the best, is because I feel like I've been working at this so hard, and I've had losses. I've had hard losses. I have good wins. And I've seen my progress develop, and I've ducked my head. I went to college. I put myself through school. You know what I mean? So when it comes to me versus you, bro, I think I just went through all this shit. There ain't no way a motherfucker in front of me is going to take everything that I worked for. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So when I step in the cage, the ring, the octagon, wherever they want to put me, like I said, I think about all that. It's not just my camp that I think about. I think about my family I sacrificed for. I think about the time I sacrificed for. You can't be in a relationship half the time being a fighter, bro. Like everyone wants the lights, the camera, but they don't want the action. Being with the fighters got to be very selfish, and you got to have a certain type of human being to be with you and actually grow. You're going to be with somebody and you could be happy, but you're going to see your career fall, bro, because this sport, if you miss a beat, bro, like, it takes a lot of time off your career. Just like a week out of training for fighters is like 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
You lose a lot. Your energy has to be in the right places.
For sure. For sure.
It's
So it's been a crazy ride, man. It's been a crazy ride.
And we see that when you fight, because you come with that ferocity. Oh my gosh, I've been to a couple of your fights, and it's the energy's different when you walk out, and when you perform, you can just tell that like it's there. Everything you're saying, like you could see it with every punch you throw. You're like, oh, if you get cracked with something hard, you're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I always tell them, I'm like, hey, life's hit me way harder than anybody's gonna hit me, bro.
That's
life's
a bar.
hit me way harder. When you have that mentality, and like I said, I trained with all guys. I remember, Coach Devin that was just on here. He's known me since I first started training jiu-jitsu. And it's funny
how... He was
how...
your first jiu-jitsu instructor?
Well, we were under Fred and Jay Moncale brothers out in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
That's where he's trained and improved with them as well. That was my first coach doing jiu-jitsu. I had the boxing background coming in, and I needed some jiu-jitsu. And then, look, Ronda Rousey started popping off, and I'm like, yo, who's this girl? Like, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love Ronda Rousey. People can say what they want about her, but
Ronda's
she
awesome.
went through. I also I did a lot of backstory on her, and I watched these girls' careers. Like I watched Connor's career. I watched a lot of people's careers. The stuff that people just watch fights. You know what I mean? And they talk the shit. They have no idea what goes on in a fighter's life. So people that just watch fights, they're fight fans. Really, if you're gonna be a fan, get in tune with these motherfuckers' lives and support them. Don't just click on a TV, good job, and we don't. You know what I mean?
If you win, you're all about them.
Yeah. So
the second you lose, they suck. Like that's how it is. That's how it is.
And I feel like that's really why I've got a lot of my following. You know, I don't have the best record, but I fought the toughest girls.
Yeah.
And now I'm on a winning side this year, you know, going 2-0 bare knuckle. And, you know, I ducked my head last year and I went full boxing. I had 6 fights in 1 year.
Yeah.
5 in the ring and 1 in the cage for PFL. I had the debut. You know, so
I've
been
was a
staying
good fight.
active.
That
was a 2-week notice on that
bro,
PFL.
That was a good fight.
Hell yeah.
That sucks that they didn't give you the contract, but it was a.
I will be back. I gotta stay away from the 55s anyway. I'm trying to come down on my weight. You know, 55 I've been getting away with some stuff. You know, but I'm 5'7", yo. I gotta get down to 147 and back to my MMA range. You know, but I've liked the opportunity to have those fights. It's nice because there's a lot more opportunity in boxing at the moment. And I feel like the boxing game, that level, when I've been fighting those high-level boxing girls, when you go in the cage with these girls in MMA, they just don't have the same hands. You know what I mean? I feel like the confidence I've had lately when I'm sparring in the cage and I'm doing MMA now, it's allowed me to shut my mind off for my boxing because like now that's like second nature. Now I'm really like zoning into my wrestling. Now I can think about my jiu-jitsu more, and like I took last year to get my striking really solid, and I feel solid with my striking, and I'm going to continue boxing, of course. That's my homework, man. And they'll see me in the cage here pretty soon by the end of the year. I'm hoping for tight, and I'm going to try to get that done.
Let's go.
Because I'm hungry for the cage. Believe me. It's just got to be the right fight and the right opponent, because I want to make sure we get it home, man. I want to make a statement here, bro. So it's going to be good.
Let's go.
Yeah, them girls at 55 are pretty big. They're
big
muscular.
Yeah, you got to think they cut from like fucking 175, 180, like. Maybe a couple of years ago, I was rocking like 170 walking around, but I'm walking like 160 barely.
Yeah, I remember watching
so,
you fight at PFL, and I saw that girl's traps, and she just has huge traps. And I'm like, damn, these girls are thick.
Yeah, these girls are thick, boy.
Yeah.
No
you
lie.
still knocked her ass down, though. So
yeah, I did. I caught her with an overhand right.
You got the power.
Oh, yeah, it was
and
an
upper, yeah. Shit was crazy.
Yeah,
hopefully we'll be back. I don't mind fighting any of those girls on the roster, man. They got a whole 155 roster. They can throw me somebody.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with that.
You're definitely gonna carry that power over to 45.
Definitely.
Rocking them little girls out.
Yeah, bro. 145 is really where I feel the most confidence, where I've been the most successful, and as far as MMA.
Smartest
boxing,
move
I
for
can
you.
get away with a little.
Yeah.
55, 65, it don't matter.
That's what I was gonna ask. So you've done both regular boxing and bare knuckle. What would you say? What's the difference? What do you feel, other than like obviously it's bare knuckle, but do you feel better doing that? With
bare knuckle because
or?
Of just like my grit and my fucking ruthlessness. I feel like I have more success.
Yes.
Because girls can get away with just being technical and pop touch in boxing, where I'm like, damn, this bitch didn't really hurt me. If I know she felt my 2-piece, but she came with me about 10 butterfly kisses. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's a different pace, and I've learned a lot doing the bare knuckle and then the boxing, because the boxing showed me the pace, and then I put it in bare knuckle with the power in my grit. And these girls they get overwhelmed. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I've seen, because you cracked not your last fight.
It's
but
made
the fight
my MMA
that,
striking pace a lot faster too, because I did lose a couple boxing fights last year, split decision. I lost a couple fights, and it was like, damn, it was right there, but I see the pace. And now, like when I'm boxing doing MMA, my pace for my hands is a lot more faster with volume now. Now I'm not throwing just single shots, trying to set stuff up more MMA style. Now I'm like kind of staying busy with the hands, and it's like overwhelming them with the volume. So I like that. I'm seeing how I'm taking little pieces and I'm putting it in this game.
Yeah.
This skill set.
It's not really a new sport, but it's surfacing.
It's not new, but it's definitely coming up.
It's coming up, it's surfacing, and it's pretty wild. Like for me, I used to watch it at first, and it exposes. It's crazy.
The frauds.
Yes.
That is my job this year. I'm exposing all these hoes.
all
these hoes that talk shit, that act
shit.
like they know how to fight. They got the cute logo. All the bullshit. They got the followers. They got the followers. They got the OnlyFans. Listen, bitch, I ain't got followers from fucking OnlyFans. I got followers because I'm Miranda Barber, bro.
Let's go.
All these hoes want their little cute pics, and they can't throw a punch for shit.
Yo,
they
that's the wave
getting
of it
clout
now.
for the wrong reasons. I'm sorry. I know somebody's listening to this and they're agreeing with me. Because
they're mad. They're listening. They're like,
they're
fuck
so
that bitch.
mad. They're like, fuck this girl because look
She's
at my
just
cute
mad
Instagram.
because-
She's mad because she's bro.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
It's a
I would rather just be genuine and like, you're gonna have such a better following and like type of people that are like supporting you. Man, I could care less about the clickbait, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like all these girls posting. Are y'all that desperate? Y'all are not that desperate.
We talked about this.
You are not that desperate.
We talked about this a couple episodes ago. It's kind of crazy.
They forgot about morals.
Yeah.
You notice that, right? This is another reason why it's hard for us to have relationships and shit. Nobody and they all, like I said, they all want the lights, the camera, but not the action, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it hasn't come out. Well, episode, but by the time this episode comes out, the episode we talked about it will come out, and it'll probably get a little bit of hate. But it's a fact. Like I don't know. You got the only, like we said, if you do that shit, there's nothing really wrong with it. Like, you know what I mean? But it's more of what will come with it in the long run. You can't be mad.
Hey, get in when you fit in, but
at the end of the road, if it's you open that door and there's no one there,
just be careful, right? Yeah.
You don't be salty.
When you open that door, it's open, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Lights on.
But hey, we like it though. We won't hate on it. I'm not mad at nobody.
Nah, they get it how they live. That's fine.
Hey, get it how you live. But
I'm saying for the fighters, man. Like a lot of these guys think they're like exposed. So popular because of their little yeah, and then they get exposed. They get their ass beat, and then all of a sudden, where the likes go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's pretty funny how they try to do that shit.
From the OnlyFans, but then once you're trying to settle that down, what's left? What's left?
Yeah.
It's, that's why I love change the subject. Devin Haney, you know, he just won all the belts from Cambosis, and they were asking him like who would he like to face next, and then they brought up Ryan Garcia's name, and he said he's not really like looking at that fight because it's not a legacy fight, because he's not, it's not a fight for followers. He doesn't give a shit about, because you know Ryan Garcia's got all the followers. He's flashy on Instagram and whatever, but
Mayweather's guy wouldn't even fight him or whatever. He's like, fuck that kid.
But he doesn't have like actual legacy fights, like a fight that'll count for
to get him ranked
in the long run, like when his resume is said and done,
right?
Like, who did you fight?
And dude, that's exactly it. That's why like I get a lot of respect now from like people who actually know the game, because a lot of these girls and as an amateur, I've I follow a lot of girls in the amateurs and up to the pro, like that are around and active, because I'm like, yo, these are potentially my opponents. I'm watching them. You know what I mean? And I've seen these girls be very successful. A lot of females be very successful in their amateur career because they've had little cake fights, and then they turn pro and they go to fight somebody like a fucking fighter, and they get hit one time and their career goes to shit because they weren't developed correctly.
Right.
Like, I wish I had a little more guidance on the beginning of my amateur career. I do say that. But coming into this as a female, and there wasn't really a lot anyway, we were just taking whatever we could get. But the fights I was taking, even as an amateur, guys, I was fighting like, I think I was like 2-3 at one time, and I was fighting a 9-0 girl from ATT on a titles. I was fighting everybody who nobody wanted to fight, and then finished, and ended up getting the title for XFN. Okay. But it took me that. Fuck it, I'm gonna fight anybody, because what the amateur? Who even knows about amateur anymore? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I got a lot of good experience, and I fought the top girls. The girls that they wanted to keep their record pretty, so we don't really want to fight her.
Yeah.
Where they at now? And then nobody, and even the girls that like I fought, half of them retired. In my amateur, I retired 3 of them girls
before they even hit pro.
Yeah, they all doing CrossFit and patty cake now. They all doing hopscotch, and shit. And I don't fucking know.
You fight Miranda, it's a wrap. Don't do it.
It'll change your life.
Miranda, what do you do in your free time? What do you like to do to relax outside of fighting?
I'm at the beach a lot.
Yeah,
we're in South Florida, baby. I'm a SoFlo kid.
True.
Beach bum.
Yeah. I work over at the Mayweather, so I got a lot of clients out there.
Plug that.
Yeah. We got the Mayweather Boxing in Boca Raton. I'm the head coach over there. That's awesome, man. I got a little fan base through there.
Yeah.
And I'm the realest motherfucker in the room. So when they come in, they know they're not coming into no little corporate gym.
It's not a cardio boxing.
No. They're really learning the skill set.
Susie 1-2. No,
right. And a lot of places out there are like that. But I tell all my members and my clients and stuff that have been with me. They've been with me for a long time, even before Mayweather, and I brought them in. And they're like, yo, this is the realest gym. You know what I mean? And it is, because we're teaching these guys, like, this is for the demographic that, they're not trying to fight, and they're not just here for fitness, but they want to learn the skill set, and they want to, have something in their pocket when they leave the gym, not just a good workout.
Right.
And so that's what we do over there. We fill that gap, and it's so inspiring, man. Like, these guys come out to my fights. We post up at Hijinks there in Boca. We have they play the fights and stuff, and it's a good time, and it's inspiring to have like that love. And you know, when I come back from my fight, everybody's excited to see me, and that just makes me want to grind harder, man. That just makes me want to work harder. When you have those types of following, it's not my OnlyFans followers, you know what I'm saying? It's the people that really believe in me, and they see me every day. They see me coming in all beat up, you know, because I'm training my ass off, and then I'm coming in to work with them. The next day. Yeah, man. So that's a good feeling to have that now, you know, being that's your job and a separate part of income. You always want to stay like in your world, man. I was bartending for a long time, and
I thought you used to be a bartender.
Yeah,
right?
I bartended. You know, I grinded that out through college, bro, and that was just like the whole lifestyle is just hard, man. The money's great, believe me, it's fun, social, you know. But for fighters, it's
not
fucking
conducive
hard,
for
man.
fighting because you're like up all hours in the night.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Good money, but it's hard on the body, hard on the lifestyle too. So being in the gym, Mayweather, and you know doing that's right up my alley, bro. So that's all I do 24/7. I train people and
at the beach,
get my mind right, man.
Or training, because you coach a lot of the girls at the gym too, and
we're working with our striking. We got the girls on Rise next weekend. We got Astrid, we got Juliana. I'll be cornering with them. We've been working some striking.
And Ludia doesn't have a fight, but you've also helped her out as well.
Ludi's we're gonna do a kickboxing tournament, I believe, next month, and head up to Orlando, do that little ISKA.
You guys gonna do the IKF?
We're gonna do the ISKA. We're gonna do the tournament because they got the MMA and the kickboxing for her. So we're gonna go get her feet wet so we can get her a fight lined up. They do a tournament style,
Tournament style MMA?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's certain rules. There's a little bit of different rules, of course, because it is tournament style. July 2nd, so probably 3-4 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, IKF is at the end of July. I'm gonna do that tournament. That's at the end of July, and then the IBJJF tournament is the week before that. I'm gonna do that as well.
Yeah, that's good for everybody to stay busy like that. I always, you know, the amateurs, I tell them like, dude, just do the tournaments. Do not have an ego. Like, just do it. Just go. Because every time you go and you have that experience, like this boxing, I was a little nervous getting back into boxing. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm a boxer, bro. Like, I've boxed. This is what I started with. That was the first combat sport I learned.
First martial
so,
arts
like,
boxing.
now, like this last fight was really tough, this bare knuckle. I remember Charles looked at me in the third round and he's like, you're a boxer. And that, for the first time, like, ever, like, always feeling like, going to boxing, they always were like, "Oh, this is the MMA girl."
Yeah,
this is the MMA
they say
girl.
that when you walk out.
And I'm like, this motherfucker, put some respect on my name. You know what I'm saying?
You're
put
not
some respect on my name.
You're
Hell
a
no.
boxer before
I'm
you're
a
MMA.
boxer and an MMA fighter. So, like, that fight taught me that, hey, Miranda, you can box, bro. Like, believe in your boxing, and you know it paid off. So it's like, but the mental switch of like your coach like telling you that, swear to God, in that moment was when I finally believed I was a boxer. Like, finally.
I see. After all
for
the
real,
years,
after all these years, I finally give it to myself now. Okay, I'm a boxer.
Let's go.
You know, so, and it is because that level in boxing that I've seen, bro, is high level with those girls.
Yeah.
Half the girls in MMA, if they were just to box these girls, they would not last.
And yeah, you said you had some news, right, for your boxing?
I do.
Let's
I
go.
do.
Let's announce
So
it.
we just got a 4-fight deal on the table.
Yes.
With bare knuckle. So we're heading on. We're heading on with them. So we're gonna sign that with the gym, ACG. So we got the deal on the table. That's awesome. There's only a couple of those guys that got the 4-fight deal offers, and we got it. Little 30K coming. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's better than most of these MMA.
Hey man,
yeah,
man. They don't want to pay you shit in MMA as a pro right now. So it's like. And why am I going to waste my time? I'll climb the ladder until they want to throw me in there and make a platform for myself and stay busy. As long as I'm fighting, I don't care where they put me. I'm a prize fighter. So pay me and I'm there. And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, this is our livelihood, guys. Like, you know, of course I want to be in the cage, but if there's not opportunities that are paying right now and I'm excelling in boxing, man, I'm going to go where the money is.
You got to set your life up after this because this lifestyle, it might not, you never know what happens to you when you fight. You get injured or whatever. You don't have nothing to rely on. You got to capitalize on your opportunities and make as much money as you possibly can. So
yeah, and that's it. That's the business side that I've really grown into. Like, I am a fighter, but now being a fighter, man, you got to be more than just an athlete. Like, you have these guys that could have great records and you'd have no idea who they are. You know, and it's sad, but you know, in this sport, if you don't sell tickets, you don't make a name for yourself. You know, you're not entertaining. People don't want to fill the seats for your fight. You're not gonna get fights. I'm sorry if you're fucking square and you're just a good athlete. It is a very sad. Reality. But you got to be able to sell. You got to be able to sell yourself, and that's the best thing I feel like I'm doing so far for myself because I'm just authentic. I really can't mess up my brand. It's
Yeah,
me.
it's you.
That's
You're
why I
you
wear
all
like
day.
Team Barber. Last year I started the Team Barber through my boxing, and I was like, you know, I've had a lot of bad experiences in gyms in the past with coaches, and everybody wants something from you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like when I met McCarthy, it was just so genuine, and like for the first time, I felt like I had a real coach. You know, we have a real gym, and look at this gym we've developed like as a
Right.
family through COVID. We had just a single
Small
mat,
little,
and a busybody, and now we got 2 facilities. You know, numbers are booming. Our talent is absolutely
A
impeccable.
lot of fights each month.
Yeah,
A lot of-
fighters are crazy active. We
Yeah.
get a lot of different looks from different coaches all over the world. I mean, there's
It's a great
nowhere.
gym.
It's a beautiful. Like I couldn't ask for anything better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have everything on the table. Like I said, we got this 4-fight deal. We're gonna
Let's
go get that done.
Hey,
So we're
it's money,
rematching.
baby.
Yes, we're gonna rematch Sonya. She wants that smoke again.
Some
So we're
Sonya
gonna
smoke.
we
Let's
gonna give
go.
it to her.
It's a wrap for Sonya.
It was a good fight though. Not gonna lie, she's a tough girl. She tried to brawl with me a little bit, and that's why McCarthy told me, he's like, "Hey, stick to your boxing, box her,
Yeah.
outbox her." And I'm like, you know, bare knuckle. You know, you do got to be a little physical,
Gotta be
but
crafty a little bit.
it sparked that, you know, knowledge in me to relax. And you could see like from the fight, if you watch, like in the 3rd round, I had like a little wave of like calmness, and I sat back and I just boxed her.
Yes.
And I was like,
in the beginning, I remember because I was watching it on my phone. You were going a lot with the clinch and the right to the body, right to the head. Like a
yeah,
lot,
she kept coming over with that heavy clinch a lot.
Yeah, and then as the fight went on, you got more relaxed and you were starting to
Try to stay more on the
You
outside.
were throwing the jab some more.
Yeah, because you guys know me. I'm more of the aggressive fighter. So
Yeah.
when that kind of threw me off when I was like trying to do that fight with her and it wasn't working, I was like, all right, I got to pull off and go to my boxing.
Yeah.
You're very
And, you know,
good at
that
like
worked.
switching up your game plan like instinctively. Like if you all right, this is what I plan on doing. This ain't working. Fuck it. On to the next one. On to the next one. And then you make it work for yourself. It's pretty interesting. You got a crafty skill.
And it's bare knuckle. What's the name of the promotion?
BYB Extreme.
Okay.
It's with that at
That
5,000 on there, yeah.
Backyard brawlers.
Backyard Brawlers.
Backyard brawlers.
Remember back in the day with Kimbo and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit, man?
Is that Kimbo's son? Or
Who's that?
you said no. I'm
Oh,
tripping,
no,
I'm tripping,
this
I'm
is
tripping.
Dada. Dada
Yeah,
5,000.
I'm tripping.
He's one of the OGs,
The
man. He's
OGs,
tough,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
time we're in the weigh-ins and stuff, he's always straight face, bro. Like, but he fucks with me. He's always dapped me up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He don't speak a lot to a lot of people, but
He
he knows.
fucks with
He
you?
knows what the feel.
Let's
Yeah, he
go.
knows the feel.
Let's go.
He knows I'm a real one. So
Hell
it's-
yeah,
it's
hell
tight,
yeah.
man.
That's awesome, Miranda. You have a very powerful energy. You're a very passionate person. Your skill set's crazy. You have a lot of knowledge to spread out, and you're still just going. You're very young in your career. You're young in your life. So there's so much more for you to do. You reach the heights that you can reach. I believe in you. I know you're gonna make it to the top. I seen it since
Thank you,
day
man.
one when I first came down here and I started talking to you. Yeah, at first you came off at like you're a little aggressive. I'm like, oh. I'm
Everybody
like, damn.
thinks that, but I'm like the nice. I'm
Yeah,
like the
you're the
nicest
nicest
one in the room.
You are.
But like even on Saturdays and shit, nobody want to spar me. I told Chop, I go, what the fuck?
Because it's like
Like
you don't want to get
like no,
embarrassed.
it's not. No, not even
I don't
that.
wanna
I feel
get
like people
flatlined.
don't know with me. Like people that like. You know, you guys have sparred with me. You know how I
yeah,
move.
it
and-
sucks.
but like some of the guys, I feel like they're like, oh, I don't know if I should go there or not. Like they hesitate. They'll look at me and I'll look at them and they look down. I'm like, oh, you motherfucking pussy.
Yeah.
Come on,
For
bro.
me,
Let's just,
for
we're
me,
just
most
sparring,
girls, I
bro.
don't like. I generally don't like sparring with women because I was just like I have a lot of sisters.
It's a
so it's
psychological
it's a psychological thing.
It's
with
for me,
I
too.
don't want to hit a girl, but I
He's like,
understand
I'll
it.
hit you,
Yeah. With Miranda, it's
But
different.
Miranda,
I'm like,
fuck that.
hold on, she might actually hurt me because a lot of these girls at our gym are a lot smaller than us. I'm a
Right.
small guy. I'm a 25 or 35er, so I'm not big. But like, and then so I'm like usually sparring like 115 girls.
Yeah, but
or
you got
125.
power more than a lot of guys.
So it's different. So I don't want to hurt them, but like with you, I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah,
So
no.
I don't want
Well,
to hit you. I don't.
This
so I
is
don't wanna get
another
hurt.
thing for the women, man.
Ooh,
It's
what happened? It's all good. Fuck it.
oh, it's just great. No, I was saying for the women, man. It's also like psychological. For me, like I've only trained with guys.
Yeah, it's
So
different. So
this is so funny. Like Julian is like, oh, I've never really had friends at the gym. I'm like, I never chill with anybody from like outside the gym, to be honest. So like having like my little friend group, now we're training and stuff. But it's funny because with the girls, I'm like, y'all better get your shit together. Like
Yeah.
I'm mean, bro. When it
Yeah.
comes to like business and we're sparring, I'll tell these girls, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. And trust me, if y'all
They
are
get
getting upset and training and frustrated, and girls are emotional, I can't stand it.
I think that
Girls
their
are
egos-
emotional.
Women's sparring is so drilling with them is one thing, but then when it comes to sparring with them, especially if
We
it's
take
sparring with a
everything to
guy,
heart.
they take it so personal.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'm not like. and they're like, I wasn't even trying, and I did this to you, and it's like, they're like fuck you.
I
So go
was
spar
like
with someone
that too,
easy, and
man.
like you don't want to take someone that's easy. You want to go with the hardest person you want to
Exactly.
go with. So
That's the time you want to make mistakes. That's the time
Exactly.
you want to try things. You
Exactly.
don't want to be the gym hero.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you know, what the fuck is that?
So ladies, tighten up. It's okay. It's okay. Tighten up. Don't relax. Jesus.
I know. I literally looked at Astrid, and she's like, Miranda, you're like intimidating. I was like, if you're gonna hit any bitch in the gym, I'm like, it's me. I was
go.
like, cause you know she's getting ready for a fight. I'm like, let's
Yeah.
go, girl. Like,
Yeah.
it's just cause she has respect for me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a problem.
And
too,
I
if you
understand
respect
that.
somebody, you don't want
That is very true. Like when you go against a higher level person, or you know somebody's like, you know, at the gym, you do have that little hesitation factor out of the respect. So I understand that. But like I tell the girls I train with, I'm like, look, we're here to get better. Like, you know, you're not trying to hurt one another, obviously, but you know, we are getting in work.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta
It's a
kind of take
sparring
that.
day, you have to spar.
Gotta kind of push that pace a little bit on the sparring side. I remember Devin, when I was like, I think I was 18, 19 over there, and I was getting ready for one of my amateur matches, and see, I didn't have girls, so it was like Devin, Fred, like 3 black belts, but all these big guys, like from 150 to 175. And we were doing round robin rounds, like like positions, put me in different positions. They went round robin until I said I was done. I had like 14, 15 rounds in, and I was on the ground, and I finally broke down.
Yeah. After
But they
like
taught
that.
me.
a mental.
They did it on purpose, and I was like, "How many rounds are we doing? Well, how do you feel? You tell me when you're gonna quit." And I was like,
Oh, see, that's gonna fuck with
that,
you. You're gonna be like, I
yeah,
don't
and this
wanna
was
be
like
no
a
bitch. I ain't no
exactly.
bitch.
But bro, it was like 14, 15 rounds. I was like, God, I can't do anymore.
Yeah.
And they were like, good.
You throw up.
Good. And they're like, this is what we never want you to feel. You see how hard you work today? And I'm like, yo, even though I was upset and I was frustrated, I was crying. Like, so I understand the emotional side of the females. I had a team that like wouldn't let that happen to me. Like the level that I had, like beating my ass at a young ass age, like made me so tough. Like I'm not scared of females at all.
I see.
Like my mentality is like I'm an athlete. I don't even consider it like that. When I step on the mat, like I just see bodies. I don't see male, female.
Yeah.
I look at skill set and I think like, who am I gonna like train and work with to get me
Yeah.
better?
I will say that a big thing about you, like you do have an ego, but it's you let that shit go when you come into the mat. You're not like I'm Miranda Barber. I'm gonna fuck everybody. You're like I'm a student. I'm a student. I'm here to give knowledge and take knowledge. Just as much.
Absolutely.
So that's a good thing about you. I think we
Yeah.
need more Miranda Barbers in this world, and I'm very happy you're at our gym and
Thank
you're
you,
with
man.
us and
I'm
you're
proud
rocking
to
with
be
us.
at that
and
gym, man. We're going
let's
up.
go. Let's go. Do you have any dates coming up for fights or?
I know the rematch for bare knuckles starting the contract is gonna be in Tampa in November.
Okay, so later this year.
With the deal, I can still fight MMA and boxing, so it's nice. So it's just I can't fight for any other bare knuckle organization other than BYB, which is fine. I got the 4 fights. I don't need any more than 4 bare knuckle fights in the year. You know, I'm trying to stay healthy and keep some longevity in my career.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna be focusing more on like the business side. I'm gonna try to start the Team Barber. I'm gonna try to get my merch line going this year.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to do some things through the
Is that-
Mayweather.
do you have an Instagram for Team Barber, or is
It's
it
just my Instagram right
What is your
now.
Instagram?
It's Barber_MMA. Give me a
Okay.
follow, guys.
Let's go.
I'll be
Follow
on
that
there.
page. Let's go.
But we've
She's
been
coming up.
working on that all year, trying to get some merchandise going and, you know, really just promote myself and try
Yeah.
to make a platform. I do have
course.
some boxing getting lined up in the works right now, too. So I'm going to definitely get back in the ring
Okay.
on the in-between.
Be on the lookout, guys.
For sure.
All right,
For
Miranda.
sure.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you so much. This is a blessing. I appreciate you coming on. I've been wanting for you to come on for a little bit now,
yeah,
so I
yeah,
had
it
to
was
catch
good
you. I
to
was like,
be
"Yo,
here.
Miranda, come here. Come on. All right, guys. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, Miranda. I really appreciate you
Always,
coming
always.
through. All right, guys.
sir.
Until next time.
Later.